Welcome to CLSP Politics. Sean Briscoe here. So we're going to talk about North Carolina as a swing state. I like this state for Harris. It's 50-50 right now. So the polling, this was my favorite poll only because of the size of the sample. When you get to these state-by-state polls, they tend to be, like 600, maybe 800 on a good day. So finding anything with 4 digits, I'm about 4-digit sample sizes. I like them. It's 48-48. Now, these are likely voters, not registered voters. And we all know that we've explained this before. I'll explain it again. Likely voters are voters that have a voter history, right? So they're likely to vote. So all the women who have registered to vote in the last 18 months, probably not in this poll, or their samples are going to be real skewed because they have no voter history. So I mean, what are you going to do? So real quick, before we continue, if you'd like to support this channel, we have a PayPal account at CLSP Politics. Every little bit helps, keeps everything going, and maybe I can take this channel on the road, and that'll be fun. So let's look at the demographics real quick. What we've got here is a no millennial bump unless you're on the male side of the equation. So what that tells me is that the tech sectors in North Carolina, that's going to be part of it. But they're just, it's like there's a millennial female chunk that just seems to be missing. See how it doesn't really go up? It goes up just as much in 30, just after 30. That should look more like the male side, but it doesn't. So that's not great for this cycle, given the fact that it's kind of the, it's going to be I don't know what we should call this T-Swift cycle. I don't know, but it's definitely an issue, and probably why this state has taken so long to come around. But I think the abortion issue is going to hang around the neck. Plus, the Republican candidates are complete garbage. So just to give you a reminder, this is what the national demographics look like, and you can see there's obviously a bump missing. It's also aging quite fast compared to other states. It's above the national average, which is 38.5. They're sitting at 39.1. You'd say, oh, half a year, how big of a difference is that? You'd be surprised. And the median age here is basically going up at the same rates as its neighbors. So it's a national trend on that on the East Coast, and the East Coast is getting older. You definitely see that as we go through these states. You're going to see that there's definitely that. Like the Midwest start old and just kind of are old, and then but these Eastern states, there definitely is a bump up. Like I said, the national average, which by the way, the national average is also going up. So, what does the state look like? Housing's pretty much nothing crazy. I mean, it's got a little over 11% vacant, which means there's room for growth. It's got a little over 10 million people, and it's growing at about 1 million every 10 years. So that's 1 million a year. So just so everyone can understand what that means, this trend holding, since the last presidential election, there's 4 million more people. I'm sorry, 400,000 more people living in North Carolina. And when we're talking about elections that have 10,000 gaps, when you've got 400,000 new people that have moved into North Carolina or aged into turned 18 or what have you, or were born, that's a solid chunk. So even if you do the demography of that, you're looking at a lot of younger voters, and that does bode well for Harris. Population density. As far as field programs go, I like North Carolina. It's got that nice, cool string of suburbs and urban areas. And anytime you see a string like that, it's logistically very handy because that means there's a highway that runs through that. And you can move personnel around a whole lot easier. It's like the I-35 corridor in Texas between San Antonio and Dallas. You can move personnel up and down that road, and with some decent logistics. So it's a good state. for running field programs, no doubt. So where do I think I'm putting them as a blue? Because I have faith in our field program. I got faith in the messaging that's going on. I got faith in T Swift. So I'm making North Carolina blue for this cycle. So my prediction is Democrats 318, Republicans 220 for the Electoral College. All right. So just a reminder, register to vote if you haven't already. These are the dates in your states. These are the kind of the real important states, even though I'm now realizing North Carolina is not on it. But these are the voting deadlines for these states. And if you would please share this with any of your friends in North Carolina. Also, I just said thank you for watching. The response has been amazing. Please, again, check your voter status, like and subscribe this channel, share it with your friends. If you'd like to support this channel, we're on PayPal at CLSB Politics. So hope everyone has a great day, and go on vote.